In this video, we will add some feature in the profile page where we can change or upload a profile photo. Also, we will display the profile photo and username in our drawer widget. So let's get started. So first thing we did here is to set up our loading. So here we have our is loading variable and the initial value is false. And the get profile, we set the set state and we will going to turn on the loading, and then we are going to turn it off when this code is finished executing. And same thing in the update function, we have our is loading turn on, and then we're going to turn off if this code is finished executing. So here in here in our body for our scaffold, we are going to implement our loading. So if the loading is true, we will going to display this circular progress indicator. So if the loading is false, we will going to show this widget that we have for our profile page. So if we're going to the home page and then head back to the profile page, as you can see, we have our circular progress indicator. So the other thing that we did here is we create a file called avatar.dart file. So here in the avatar.dart file, we create our icon and the update, the icon and the upload button that we have here. So as you can see here, this widget is a stateful widget. And then for the body, we have a column widget. Not for the body, for this widget, we have a column widget, and then we have a if statement. So if the widget or the image URL that we have is null or empty, we will going to display the icon and also the button that we have. So this is our default display if there's nothing in our image URL, and image URL if it's null or empty. So if it's not empty or else, if not empty, we will going to get that image using this um, image.network widget. So we're going to read that image URL and we're going to display that using this widget. And then also we have our upload or the button or the upload button. So we use the position so that we can position our button, and then we use the container widget to have our uh, customized UI for our button. And then we use for the gesture detector for to have that kind of uh, functionality to press or to tap the button. So this is our UI for our avatar widget. So next we're going to add a functionality for our avatar widget. Before we add the functionality for our avatar widget, we're going to add some query to our database. So here in SQL editor, we will going to add a function. So this query will delete a storage object uh, for our database. So here, as you can see, we need our project URL and service role key. So to find this key, you just have to go to the project settings and then the API, and this is the project URL, and this is the service key role. I mean the service role key, and you have just to reveal it and copy that and paste it in our query. So next that we're going to do is to have this delete avatar function. So we need to run this to be able to delete the avatar that we uploaded. And then next is this one is this query will delete the old unused avatar or the photo that we uploaded to our bucket. So next is this one. This query will, if we delete a user, also before that, we're going to delete the avatar that is stored in the bucket or we uploaded. So same as we delete a user, the photo that or the photo or the avatar, the profile photo as well stored in the bucket will be deleted. So this is the query for that. So the function will take place here in the database in the function. So this is the function that we added for our database. So let's head back to our coding. So first thing we do is we will going to add a library called image picker. So as you can see, let's open our pubspec.yaml file. So as you can see here, we added this image picker, image picker library. So since I'm using a Linux desktop, so I need the file selector library. If you are using an emulator like for Android or iOS, or if you're using Mac, you don't need to have a file selector. So if you are using a Linux desktop, you need to have this library called file selector. So the important thing is to have this library called image underscore picker. So yeah, so let's close this file. So here in our avatar widget, we will going to add a functionality called upload function. So the upload function, we will going to use our image picker, and then we will going to get the image that we have, or the image file that we have, and then we will, if we don't have an image, we will going to set to null, and then we will going to turn on, or turn on our loading to true. And then here we have our try block, so try catch block. So this we will going to we will going to read our image file as a byte. So we're going to store uh, this thing to a variable called bytes, and then we will going to extract the extension of our image file. So here we will going to save that extension name to the variable called file ext, and then in the file name variable we will going to rename, so we will going to rename our image file. We're going to the name will be the date, and then we were going to use the file ext. So the file extension will be the same, since we extract our uh, file extension here, and we were going to use that in renaming our file. So we were going to store the new name to the variable called file name, and then we have this one. So the name file will be the file path. So we're going to have this Supabase storage. This will allow us to store the photo or video that we have. So here we're going to select the bucket that we have called avatars, and then we're going to use the upload binary. So for the upload binary, we will need the file path and the data, which is the bytes, and then we will have a file option. So the file option is to have the image file that MIME type. So we need this for our file option, I mean for our content type. So here we need to have a image response, or image URL response. In this line of code, we need an image URL response. So we need to access the storage, and we will going to select a bucket called avatars. And then since our bucket is in a private state, so we need to use the create signed URL. So the create signed URL need the path and the expiration date. So this, I mean expiration time. So in line 57, we're going to use the image URL response to our on upload function. And then we will going to have a exception, or we will going to catch our errors. And then we will going to turn off our loading. So here we will going to set this function, which is the upload, to our gesture detector widget. So here we set our upload function. Same thing here. So for the profile page, here in the profile page, we also add some functionality. So in the get profile function, we we will going to get the avatar URL. So as you can see, we get the avatar URL, and we save that to our underscore avatar URL variable. And then we're going to supply this underscore avatar URL variable to our avatar widget. So here we supply that to our image URL. So we add another function called onUpload. So this function will going to update the avatar URL, and then we will going to catch the errors at the same time. So we turn on the loading, and then we turn off our loading if this line of code will finish executing. So here we supply the onload inside the avatar widget. So let's try our application. So let's try to upload another image like this one. So open that. So let's try to load. So there. So let's try to upload another one. So this one. So as you can see, our upload functionality, or the avatar widget, is working properly. So the first thing that we do here is to add a functionality to our drawer. So in the drawer widget, or the my drawer widget, we are going to have this. We're going to initialize the controller and the image URL, and then we will going to change some code, or add some code here inside our column widget. And then if the image URL is null, we will going to show the icon, this one with the icon. If the image is not null, we will going to show our image if our image URL is not null. So here, same thing, we will go in an if statement. So if the URL is not null, I mean if the URL is null, we're going to show the text widget. And then if this URL is not null, so the we will going to show our username using the text form field. So we set the text form field to read only, and then the text align to center, and then the decoration, we will going to remove the input border. So that's all for the my drawer widget. And then inside the profile page, we will going to supply our drawer with our where's the drawer, with the username controller, and also for the avatar URL, for the image URL, and for the controller. So for the home page, we set up the we set a get profile function so that we can access, or we can have the username, and also for our avatar. So we will going to grab that data, the username data and our avatar URL data, and then we will going to save those data inside the controller called underscore username controller, and then to our underscore avatar URL. So we will going to initialize the get profile inside the init state function. So here inside the drawer widget that we have here, we will going to supply the controller. We will going to have a we supply the controller and image URL controller with our underscore user name controller and underscore avatar URL, because this controller will have our username, and this avatar will have the URL for our photo, or the avatar of our profile. So if we're going to access our or if we're going to log in or test our application, so let's say container.test0@gmail.com, and then the password, then logged in. So if we're going to here, as you can see here in our we're going to click our we call this our navigation menu, or the drawer. So as you can see, this is our photo, and then this is our username. So if we're going to the profile page, as you can see, we can actually change our profile image or the photo. As you can see, we successfully changed it or updated, and we can update our username by J00, uh, like that, and then like that, and then change our website URL, and then submit that. So if we're going to open our drawer, as you can see, our username is changed. So let's say user 001. So if we're going to open, as you can see, our here in the username of our drawer change. If we go to the home, also well, still updated. So that's all for the profile page. Thank you for watching.